Bienvenidos and welcome to Hockey's Pacific Revision Season 3, baby. It's finally here. The NHL's regular season starts in about a week or less. I don't know, but
5 days.
5 days. Wow. I am one of your hosts, the royal one himself, the kingly, just one of them all, Erick and Miguel. And I guess first time as the reigning defending Stanley Cup champion, I got to introduce to you the other half of this, the golden one, Miguel Nunez. Miguel, how's it going? Is that vitamins?
I don't have a G fuel. I don't have a trophy, but I feel great. Champion.
I got to be honest, you wasted.
I got this sword.
Okay.
This championship sword.
All right.
It's still surreal to me. Golden Knights are your Stanley Cup champions.
Look, Miguel, once we get a real budget into this, we'll get you some better props. And I think that was multivitamins and a candy sword.
Yes, the prophecy fulfilled. Cup and 6. Bill Foley, you son of a gun, you did it.
Bad man. It actually happened, huh? It actually happened.
He called the shot. He Babe Ruthed it. You know what I mean?
Man, let me tell you about the offseason. So we haven't recorded since I think the week after the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup.
It wasn't even a week after. I think it was like 2 days after.
Like the thing was, I went on my honeymoon like right afterwards, so we had like no time. We were like, please end the series in 6, and you did it. You beat the Florida Panthers. Good times were had. I went off on vacation, stopped thinking about hockey altogether. I got to be honest, I probably the least amount I've thought about hockey in an off season, just because a bunch of like. The Kings didn't really do anything. They had one big trade that happened while I was in Hawaii. And I was like, all right, I can move on with my life. Wait until training camp and it's all good. But I forgot a lot. Forgot a lot about what happened last season. Suppressed it deep down within me. That Game 6 round 1 loss against the Oilers. Just suppressed it. Never thought of it again. And basically my entire offseason can be summed up to one thing. Every once in a while to remember that I live in a world, in an America, in a North America, where the Vegas Golden Knights are Stanley Cup champions, and it mildly annoyed me. It's mildly annoying that the reigning defending Stanley Cup champions are your Las Vegas Golden Knights. God damn it.
It's a beautiful thing, Eric.
Is it though? Not for me.
Don't be sad. Don't be angry, Eric.
I'm not. Honestly,
you have 2 cups.
Honestly,
and you know what's better? You want me to make you feel better about the Golden Knights Stanley Cup win?
Yeah, sure. Make me feel better.
It drives Shark fans absolutely nuts.
Well, that we can both agree. It's hilarious that the reason that the Golden Knights won the cup was because of Adin Hill, who was traded from the San Jose Sharks to your Vegas Golden Knights. So that does make me feel better. Also, the fact that Alec Martinez and Jonathan Quick both won the 3rd cup. I don't know how I feel about Jonathan Quick adding the Vegas Golden Knights tattoo logo to his Kings logo from the previous 2, but
I was not expecting that personally.
It mixed emotions to say the least. But I'm happy for those 2 in particular. But that was basically it for me. So I'm assuming your offseason a little more exciting, a little more celebratory, a little more surreal as you get to walk into this year as the target on everyone's minds, as the Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champions.
Say it one more time.
That the Golden Knights are Stanley Cup champions.
Thank you.
I fucking hate my life. This is the worst. You know what's the worst? What's worse about it is that I wish I was more angry. I'm more annoyed, which is I don't know if better or worse. I'm just annoyed that it happened. Like stubbing your toe or stepping on a Lego. It's annoying, but the pain lasts for a little bit, and I will forever walk with a limp. I guess with the knowledge that this happened.
And no one will ever be able to take it away from us. And we're the second ever 32-team Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, you and the Colorado Avalanche. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels good. It's good company to have. You know what I mean?
Did what kind of merch are we looking for? Did you get any merch for the Stanley Cup champion victory?
No, because
wow. Come on.
You and me have talked about this. Man, does a majority of the merch just fucking suck nowadays?
Yeah.
It's so basic. I'll eventually get one. they're not gonna run out. They're gonna print those forever.
Gotta be honest, they're probably gonna go on sale. Probably gonna go on sale within the next budget.
That is when I will sweep it and buy some $7 shirts.
You're
You know what I mean?
You're a stronger person than I am because the last time my team won a championship was the Lakers, and as soon as the horn sounded, 10 minutes later, I had a $300 order.
I mean, to be honest with you, if I had the money, I would have bought stuff, but I didn't. And then after a while, you just kind of forget about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't think about spending money on that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very plain. Like why is sports team so boring with championship gear?
Let me tell you, Fanatics not the greatest result of.
And that's what it is, right? It's Fanatics.
I mean, they're the ones who designed it. I think this was still Adidas. Well, no, the jerseys are Adidas. Yeah, I guess Fanatics does all the team merch stuff, and they're whatever. There's sometimes they'll be a good thing. I like. When I buy stuff, first off, Miguel, if you want advice on good merch, you just make your own. Like I did. Look at this beautiful Taylor Swift inspired King shirt that I made myself. Look at that. Hot.
Great. It really is beautiful.
It's the colors are great. I love it. Just make your own thing. Just do what I did. Do the cheap route. This only cost me like $20, and it's great. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Like, I want more shit. I also don't want more shit because I have too much shit. I mean, we suffer the same problem of we collect a lot of stuff. I mean, you've built a YouTube channel empire in collecting hockey cards. So, I mean, we get the idea, the itch of wanting to get what's new and out there. But I totally understand you when you're going to strike when the deals are good, especially for that stuff. Also, I'm sure with the amount of Golden Knights games you're going to go to, there'll probably be numerous Stanley Cup champion themed giveaways.
I eventually want to buy myself like a replica Stanley Cup. You know what I mean?
I mean, would have came in handy for this intro. Could have put in the effort for this episode.
My plan was to do that, and to be honest with you, the summer just kind of the summer just kind of flooded by, and I forgot to order it.
I was about to say you forgot.
I did. They sell this. There's two different ones. There's one with the Golden Knights logo on it, and it's like $50. It's 17 inches, decent size.
Okay.
But then there's like a $100 one that's like, it doesn't have the Vegas logo. It's just Stanley Cup, and it seems like I forgot how many inches. It's pretty fucking big, and I was like, that's the one I want.
Maybe they gotta win 3. Maybe if they win 3, you'll get it on a third one.
Because my original plan was to be sitting here with my Stanley Cup on my chest, sunglasses on, and like act like I'm like hungover just because the summer just finally coming to an end.
Would have been a great bit. Would have been a great bit. Instead,
I'll do it next year when they repeat.
They're not gonna repeat. They're not gonna repeat. How do you honestly feel heading into the year? How's Vegas feeling heading into the next season? Is it possible? Are the dreams close to becoming a reality with a repeat in Vegas?
I think it is. I think it's essentially Vegas did the one thing that a lot of teams tend to not do, but I'm glad Vegas did it. They're like, hey, it worked. Let's just run it back. The only difference is because COVID and the cap, you can't keep everybody, Eric.
I mean that's true regardless of the cap. You win a championship, people want more money. If you want more money, you gotta let go of some pieces. You know what I mean? You gotta do a little yard sale.
Vegas was like, Ivan Barbashev guy who was on the line with Aiko and Marshall, so we need to keep him. He is 5 years younger than Riley Smith, and he wants the exact same money of Riley Smith's. So essentially, they snatched Riley Smith's contract out of his hand. They're like, you don't need this anymore. And they gave it up Ivan Barbashev, and they sent Riley Smith back into the Pittsburgh Penguins, where he's currently slotted on the same line with Malkin. So
not bad.
Not bad for him, you know what I mean? I'm sad to see Riley Smith go. One of the last 6 remaining originals. Now we're down to 5. And let alone he was part of the Misfit line, the 3 that united this Vegas team in the season 1 and carried us to Stanley Cup loss in the first year. But so we're gonna miss that man. And he was the first one to get the Stanley Cup after Mark Stone. Mark Stone handed off. And I feel like partially maybe they knew he was leaving.
I don't think that was the case, but it'd be funny. Like in my head canon, it's like if you accept this cup, you're getting traded next year. You're not coming back. This is it. You get it first. And that means you're the first one out of here as soon as we can. But
Pretty much, he's gone. Barbershop took his contract, 5 years, $5 million per year. He's 5 years younger than Riley Smith, so by the time this contract expires, he'll be the same age as Riley Smith was. And essentially, because I think partially the reason why, one, they wanted to keep Barbershop, two, he's younger, and three, we got the kids that are ready to come up and play in the NHL. You know what I mean?
I mean, that hasn't been Vegas' MO at all in the previous 6 years. So,
but they have three kids that are pretty much ready, and only one will get an opportunity to start. As people get hurt, as people go down, other ones will get shots too.
Miguel, I'm gonna say don't get attached. Those kids are probably traded within the next month or two, as is tradition.
No, they survived the trade deadline of getting traded within the first 2 years of being drafted. The new guy has to worry about that. I already forgot his name. It don't matter.
So don't need to get post 2 seasons, then you can start learning these people's names.
Oh, I know. Brandon Brisson. I know his name.
Okay.
That kid gets promised. He's still fighting for the spot. I don't think he's gonna get it because he is the youngest. But it's probably Bruce Cassidy pretty much said it's Paul Cotter's spot to lose because
Who?
Paul Cotter.
That's not a real person.
Because he has the most experience. He did well when he got to play multiple times throughout the season. And so we'll see.
That's not a real person. Paul Cotter?
Paul Cotter.
Cotter. Paul Cotter.
Paul Cotter.
That is an NHL EA generated name I've ever heard of.
I mean, I look forward to seeing. But that's pretty much the start and the end of the Vegas moves.
You know what? I have a beef
Leonard
now.
is on LTIR. He's not going to play this season. We'll figure that out whenever that time comes. I'm sure he's retired, but he needs to get that money, so he won't retire yet.
You know what? I want to start a feud with Paul Cotter. Paul Cotter, you're a bum. Have fun in the HL, you bum. Have fun getting traded by Vegas, you bum.
Eric,
Yeah.
LA did a few moves.
Yeah.
Lost a few people.
Hmm.
Let's get your first reactions.
What do you want first? What do you want? Tee it up for me. Give me a little softball. What do you want me to react to? Because I haven't reacted to any of these on mic or anything.
That is true, right? Like,
This is kind of it. This is your brand new rapid reaction like 4 months later.
I mean, I guess all that matters is the Pierre-Luc Dubois. But I want to start with the pieces you lost. So
Okay.
Gabe Velarde.
Gone. Alex Iafallo, gone. Cal Peterson, gone. Sean Walker, gone. The ones that don't really matter to the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade are Rasmus Kupari, gone. And, of course, the affirmation Gabe Velarde and Alex Iafallo. All right, big trade. A lot of pieces, all right, Miguel. A lot of pieces. I get it. It's a lot to give up. Let me tell you, all right. Going into the offseason, I was hoping to hold on to Gabe Velarde. You know this. We've had many conversations.
You love Gabe Velarde.
I do. Big Gabe Velarde fan. It's great to see him. His first, 3-ish years with the LA Kings, not great. A lot of injuries, a lot of back problems. And, worked at it, rehabbed a couple times, a lot of setbacks. Last year, big coming out party. By the way, fun fact, Gabe Velarde holds the record for the fastest LA Kings goal by like a player debut in like 11 seconds against the Panthers a couple years back. So
How'd you feel about the Gabe Velarde comments?
It's whatever. It's sure. It's Canadian guy being a Canadian guy being like, it's a different market. Oh, Canada really loves hockey. You know what I mean?
Those dumbasses down in LA don't know shit about hockey. Is essentially what he said.
Basically, but like, come on. That's okay. Look. Here's the thing about LA. All right, 10 million people live in that county, right? A lot of people, Miguel. A lot of people. If like 4% care about hockey, that's more than goddamn any of these markets have an entire population. You know what I mean? It's a big contingency. So if like 96% of the population in Los Angeles don't care about hockey, 4% is still a big ass number. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's different. You know what I mean? I think things are a little bit different in Vegas just because first professional sports team. It's not it is an expansion team. It's not a team that had a previous history with it. The connections to October 1st and all that stuff. There's a special bond with a team in a non-traditional market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Just different in Los Angeles. Doesn't snow. There's like 80,000 other sports to do. Movies and television get made. Like there's just a bunch of shit to do. A lot. So it not being the central focus for a lot of things, it makes it seem like it's not a big deal. But the fan base that's there is passionate, and they do, like, for the most part, sell out most nights, if not all the nights. You know what I mean? So it's whatever. It's whatever. I get it. Hype up your fan base. You know what I mean? Hype up the fan base in Winnipeg that needs love, because a lot of talk about a city that gets a lot of shit tossed their way. Winnipeg Jets. I mean, undesirable, cold, wet. We'll see how he's from Canada.
They got
so
to deal with Jesse Pulak.
That's true, of Bardown and his Winnipeg Jets. I mean, by the way, a lot of salt towards him and Pierre-Luc Dubois leaving the Jets, but that's that's another thing, which I also enjoyed during the offseason. But, like, yeah, love your new market. What do you want him to say? Like, I wish I could go back. I wish they'd trade me. I fucking hate it here. It's fine. I have no ill will towards Gabe Velarde at all. Like, I get it.
And what's your excitement level for PLD?
A lot of excitement. There's a lot of expectations for him, and I get it. That was the second club he forced his way out of. Columbus. That breakup was kind of nasty. He forced his way out of Winnipeg. That breakup was fine.
Normally, that's like when it comes to, that's the definition of the GIF. Like, is it me?
Am I the problem?
Is it the problem?
Yeah.
But look at the cities he wanted to leave. Can you blame him?
I can't.
Hockey internet. Can you blame him?
Let me tell you, I can't, but I'm a literal LA snob, California elitist. You know what I mean? Like, I love this state. I love this goddamn city. They're both, 10 out of 10 for me. You know what I mean?
Eric,
yes.
I'm not an LA snob elitist, even though I'm from there. But even it's
yeah, it's different.
No comparison.
No.
I don't need to go to Winnipeg or Columbus to tell you
that it's not better.
That it's not better. Yeah. It's nowhere near better. It's not in the same stratosphere.
It's different markets, you know what I mean? But again, it's different. Not to say there's no positives to Columbus and Winnipeg. It's just not everyone's cup of tea. You know what I mean? Different strokes for different folks. So
I'm sure housing is very cheap in both those places.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you about who I feel the worst for. If I could sidetrack real quick, Alex Iafallo. Yeah, he was born in New York. Undrafted free agent to LA for since 2016, and since then embraced the LA lifestyle. He's gotten so much tanner. He surfs. He 100% committed to that South Bay area living, right? Beach living. SoCal.
How's the surfing up in Winnipeg?
Non-existent. So that's who I feel bad the most for in that trade is Alex Iafallo and his sweet tan.
Snowboarding is like surfing on land.
Yeah, just colder and maybe as wet in some areas, depending on if you eat it. But that's who I feel the worst. In terms of expectations for PLD, it's a lot. I think there's even more expectations from other teams across the league, because he's definitely become the bad guy. He's definitely a big villain. Again, forcing his way out of two markets. As you said, at what point do you go, is it me? Am I the drama? So it'll be interesting. The trade itself, I'm okay with it. I don't know if you can pull up the exact trade, because I don't think there were any picks or anything like that. I think it was just roster players.
There was one second-round pick.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever. It's a second-round pick. We had a bunch of those for the past 4 years. The Kings have had an excess of picks, so a second-rounder not really going to matter that much in the long run. But it's a lot of roster players, a lot of good roster guys. Rasmus Kupari is pretty good at the penalty kill. Young guy still, former first-round pick. Gabe Velarde was coming out on his own. Great season up until he got hurt. Still balled out in the playoffs, even if he joined that series a little later than we needed him to. So there's a lot of potential there. A lot of expectations because of that for PLD. Man, I think he'll be fine. Like, that top 9 is sick. when you go Kopitar to no and PLD down the middle.
I would say top 3 of the league.
It's pretty good.
I wouldn't say that.
No, because you're a hater.
But some would say, I believe.
It's a top 9 that has a lot of potential. I'll leave it at that. We don't know what it's going to look like. We've seen them in 3 preseason games. PLD finally
Let me ask you the important question, Eric.
Sure.
If you were to meet the Oilers again for a 3rd time in a row, how do you feel your chances go this time?
Look, what did I say last season, Miguel? Kings of 6? Kings and 6 again. Until they win and beat the Oilers in the playoffs. It's Kings and 6. I don't care. I'll believe it until I'm blue in the face. You know what I mean? But
who's in net?
Who is in net?
Copley?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tandem of Phoenix Copley and the newly acquired from free agency Cam Talbot, because the Kings have
Talbot.
No space, Miguel. They have negative space. They probably won't be able to carry the full 23-man roster. They'll probably only carry 22.
I've been there. I know that.
Copley signed a 1-year deal for $1 million with the potential of getting 2, but all he has to do is play 10 games, so it's guaranteed. But with those bonuses, you can basically carry it over to the next season, so it'll probably be $1 million short next year, but whatever. Cap's going up.
Big news about the cap in the next few years.
Yeah, what is it, up like $5 million potentially?
$5 million potentially.
I mean, to help a lot of teams. That's going to open up a lot of things for both of our teams. So
could have kept Riley Smith for that kind of money.
Yeah. That's kind of the bummer of just being stuck in the flat cap since, because this is what, the 3rd year in a row it's been stuck at 81.5, and if COVID didn't happen, we'd probably be around $100 million at this point with the way the salary cap kind of was trending going up. So,
God, could you imagine Edmonton if they had $100 million?
Oh, it'd be insane. So there's a lot of expectations. The questions are in net, and I get it. Copley had an amazing year with expectations being where they were. He wasn't supposed to be the guy in LA. He was supposed to be the guy in Ontario, but he came out with, I think, 26 wins, which is insane. I think he was 20, I want to say 26, like 6-3, which is outstanding. Bummed out. They traded for Korpisalo and Gavrikov. We only got to keep one of them. Gavi, welcome to the team. That him and Matt Roy are going to be a great pair, but didn't leave for a lot of flexibility at that point with the PLD trade. The Gavrikov signing locked on about $1 million to make a trade, and that's who they found. Cam Talbot, veteran goaltender, had about a 906 on a questionable Ottawa team in front of him. Defensively, not that great. But man, every time I think about last year, Miguel, Quick and Peterson, I think the best of them had an 857 or an 870, which is nearly unplayable. And to have both of them be that bad throughout the year, and the fact that they were as good as they were in the regular season to make it into the playoffs, says a lot about the team in front of them. So all I'm hoping for in net is maybe average until maybe the trade deadline, and then we'll see. But PLD, welcome to LA. I'm excited to have you. Hot take, Miguel. I say PLD gets 90 points this upcoming season. I think his career high is like 60-something. So 90 points.
Possible.
Kevin Fiala and Arthur Kaliev on that 3rd line. By the way, that's a 3rd line? Hot heading into the year, but I'm not going to lie. I would have thought of the playoffs, like with you bringing up Edmonton and all that stuff. Like, it's a hump that they got to get over at this point. The year one, 2 years ago, exceeded all expectations. I don't think anyone predicted my team to get into playoffs and your team to miss it.
No, definitely not.
So that was like, whatever. We got in. We fought hard. Game 7, cool. But then to take a step forward in the regular season, finish better than they did the year before that, but then finish a game less against the same team. Tough. It's tough to feel that disappointment, but it doesn't mean that the season previous, or this previous season, was any worthless, I guess is the way. There's like some moral victories, but I hate to be that guy where like, that's still a dub in my books, but they got expectations. PLD has expectations, and the rest of the team has expectations to actually do more and get past the first round, because no one wants to become the Toronto Maple Leafs, Miguel.
Nobody.
But yeah, that kind of sums up. I guess the year for both of or the off season for both of us.
Yeah.
Let's do a little thing. We'll wrap this up a little early, and then we'll figure out what we want to do for week 1, which we'll be back for. I think we'll be back right before the first game. Am I incorrect? If we're gonna keep uploading this on the same day, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm vamping.
If we do, it'd be the day after night 1.
So
we'll try to maybe squeeze one right before.
maybe
Small prediction ones for our personal teams.
I would like for you to tell me. I would like for you to tell me 3 things, not about the Vegas Golden Knights, not about the LS Kings, that you're looking forward to seeing develop during the NHL season. If you got it.
The number 1, which I believe should be everybody's number 1, is Connor Bedard. Is this guy the next Connor McDavid, or is he a bust?
Where are your expectations with Connor Bedard? We've seen him a little bit in the playoffs.
Personally, I think he will not be the next Connor McDavid, but I think he will land better than Lafreniere, better than Slavkovsky, better with some recent first-round pick, better than what's his name?
Is he going to be better than Austin Matthews his rookie year?
Oh no!
Or is that like the bar you think he's going to hit? Like you don't think he's going to hit like McDavid, but do you think he can hit what Matthews did his rookie year?
I'm gonna put he's gonna have a solid year. He's definitely gonna be a Calder contender, and he might win it. I don't know who else is contending for that this year.
I mean, Logan Cooley's up there. He'll be joining the Coyotes for a little bit.
Cooley's exciting, man. Cooley's exciting.
Tore the Kings a new one in Australia with a highlight reel goal, which you guys can stop sending me the goal now. I've seen it. I've seen the goal.
Right, but did you see Bedard's highlight almost goal?
yeah. Although we gotta stop doing that. All right, the kid has hands. I need to stop seeing almost goals. You know what I mean? I know it's a preseason though, so once the regular season starts, social media people, I'm gonna need some goals.
Number 1 thing is definitely Connor Bedard, for better and for worse. I'm excited to see. I will definitely be tuning in to some Chicago games this year. Number 2 for me, or we're gonna go 1-1, 2-2.
No, you can keep going. You can keep it going.
Number 2, and this was, I think, pretty interesting to me, is to see how the whole Tampa thing shakes out over there.
A lot of question marks.
A lot of like Eric, you've been the Tampa defender every year, and you've been right every year.
Yeah.
You've been right every year.
Yeah. I was almost right a third straight time, but then Colorado made a fool out of me.
Well, yeah, but you were right about, like, a lot of people wrote them off, and they were still a playoff team.
Yeah.
They've still been a playoff team. And everyone like, this is the year they fall off, and they don't, and they haven't.
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely right, the closest they get to falling off, because
this is a dicey situation that Tampa Bay finds themselves in. So for the people that don't know, about last week, a week ago from this recording, Andrei Vasilevsky made head waves because he needs back surgery. So he'll be out. How many months? Is it 2 months? 3 months?
Isn't it? I thought it was 48 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks.
4 to 8 weeks, which isn't okay. So it's 2 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not
6
crazy.
to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks.
Not crazy, but could you even tell me who the backup is in fucking Tampa?
I'm gonna say the same joke I said earlier to our friends.
Okay.
I can name their duo tenders in for this year.
Okay.
Hope and a prayer is their tandem this year.
Look at this zinger. No, it's Jonas Johansson and Hugo Adfelt. I know.
Oh no.
I know. Shocking.
I've heard that first name for sure.
I think they claimed them off waivers from the Avs like a long time ago. Like that's about it though. But
a second name though, I can't say I've ever heard it.
Like 22, I think. Goalie prospect, supposed to be pretty good, but.
And number 3 thing to see develop.
Oh, hold on, let me answer you. I still think the Lightning will make the playoffs. I still think the Lightning will make the playoffs. I am not impressed by the Atlantic at all. But that's a story for another day.
Oh, we totally disagree, but like we could talk about that next episode.
Yeah, it's fine.
And the third thing, I'm gonna say this one's specific related, not obviously not Vegas.
That's fine.
No Vegas.
Yeah.
For me, I gotta say, I'm excited to see LA see what they develop into, because I am like PLD. It's a huge move. I shit talked to you about the Kevin Fiala move,
It's pretty
and
good.
it worked out.
Pretty
It
good.
worked out. He did great. He was an all-star, despite me not realizing how well he was playing.
Yeah,
Just because he didn't play well against Vegas.
between you, we call that between you and me, we call it the Alex Tuck effect, where you shit talk Alex Tuck, and then I pulled up his stats, and you're like, "Oh, actually, that's a pretty good year. It's a really good year for Alex Tuck."
I just feel like some of these players, like Alex Tuck, like Tage Thompson, have a crazy good 1 month.
And but then the problem is, Miko, you stop paying attention to them after that month.
Because they have such a subpar rest of the season. Like Tage had one amazing month, and the rest of the year was like, it was good. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't great. It wasn't all-star trade for Leon Draisaitl good. You know what I mean? Like,
God, by the way, for people who don't know this, we're in a fantasy league together, and someone traded Tage Thompson for Leon Draisaitl 1-for-1.
and Tage just it was starting to cool off right as soon as that trade got finished.
Yeah. And I was about to say, like, Tage Thompson had a bad end to the year.
No,
It was good, but it wasn't fucking Leon Draisaitl good.
Draisaitl good.
That's another vendetta I have against.
But I'm excited to see how ALA shakes out with PLD, because again, they added Kevin Fiala. They played well, and at times it felt like they could have beaten Oilers, but didn't. So now you add PLD to the mix, and so LA got better. They did lose Velarde, but they got better up top. They got better, stronger, and Oilers stayed the same for the most part.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Oiler Nation believe like, oh, if the Golden Refs didn't, if they actually gave us all the penalties we should have gotten, because we can only score on the power play.
We'll get Dan and see what his expectations are. I think your expectations are skewed a bit because you have, fucking Connor McDavid and fucking Leon Draisaitl. So it should be cup or bust. You know what I mean? It should be. Easily.
Oh, it is.
I would love to hear where their concerns are at, because they do seem largely the same team. They had a Connor Brown, which is fine, but he's been hurt a ton. Matthias Ekholm gets a whole full year on there. You still have to roll with Stuart Skinner and Jack Campbell. So
my thing is just like, I hate when fans do this, and I've done it. I've been guilty of this. I get it. But they're like, oh man, if we would have just beaten the Golden Knights, we would have won the cup. I'm like, It's all about how styles match up. It's not always just because you lost to the Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, like, I mean, I told that to you, right? Like, I think the last episode we did, so the one after the Knights, God damn it, the Knights won the cup. God, I gotta stop. You know what the bad part is about the Knights winning the cup is I gotta reference it all the time. I hate it. But you asked me a question. You asked me, hey, if the Kings played the Knights in the cup playoffs, would they beat them? I'm like, well, maybe. I'm not gonna say yes. They played pretty well in the first round. The Knights played a shitty Winnipeg team. Let's be honest here.
Oh yeah.
It began and ended with Connor Hellebuck, and he can only do so much.
That's what cracked me up. People go in there like, oh, Hellebuck will steal that series. I'm like...
By the way, my proudest call of all time is the fact that I texted you, the Knights will lose game 1, but then reverse gentleman sweep the Winnipeg Jets, and that's exactly what happened. So,
Eric, you are one of the greatest hockey minds of this generation.
Me and Bill Foley calling our shots on predictions on the Golden Knights, nailing them. You know what I mean?
You guys are built different.
Yeah, so like, I don't really like unless you're in the final, you know what I mean? You'd be like, man, if this one play happened, look out, you never know. Like if the injuries happened the opposite way, like if Florida was healthy and Vegas had a broken ribbed, wounded Jack Eichel along with everybody else who had knee problems, like that series is probably different. But
for sure,
it's not what reality happened. The reality is, Vegas played Florida physically. Vegas won. That's it. End of story.
Yeah, and I would say people are like, oh, Matthew Tkachuk didn't get hurt, but
you did.
It's a Golden Knights player that laid the hit in, a very clean hit at that. It's not like he came in injured like Montour and some of their other players that did come in injured, and that sucks.
Almost as that hit was almost as clean as Hayden Hodgson's hit on Mark Stone. Sum that out there. Almost. Hodgson a little cleaner.
I mean, but Hodgins didn't break any ribs. You know what I mean?
Well, you let him easy. It's a preseason. You can't go all out.
But so, what are your 3 things you're looking forward to, not LA related?
I'll say Connor Bedard, of course. I'm not gonna count that one. Connor Bedard, I think it's an easy story to go with, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit of a hater. I hate Chicago. I hope it doesn't work out for them. Like I hope Connor Bedard has a great career and he's good, but I hope the team success just doesn't translate to that. You know what I mean? But they're going to be exciting. They have interesting players and personality. Like Nick Foligno's a big personality. Corey Perry's a big personality. Taylor Hall's there now, so like it'll be fun to watch them. I'm not going to lie, but
like I said, I didn't realize. I said this like I didn't realize Chicago put the All-Star team up yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if this was 2010 and 11, hell of a team. But they have a bunch of interesting guys like Andreas Athanasiou, former Kings, on there now. He's very fast. So it'll be interesting. But outside of that, for me, Ottawa, are you going to take a step forward? I got to be honest.
We say that every year.
I got to be honest. My prediction last year, Ottawa's going to make the playoffs. Didn't work out. But they have Anton Forsberg in nets. They have a lot of
Ottawa, Buffalo are like the 2 teams where you're like, this is the year to make the playoffs.
And I don't know if both of them can make it, but I'm more interested in the storyline out of Ottawa than I am out of Buffalo. And that's mostly because new owner, Eugene Melnyk died last year. Team got sold in the offseason, and they signed their young guys are basically signed forever. Brady Tkachuk is signed.
Yeah, I mean,
Shabbat is signed. Hey, remember Jacob Chikrin? He's on that team. He's still signed for 4.6 for 2 more years, I think. Jake Sanderson got a pretty big contract extension. So they have a lot of their young guys. It's a young ass team with a lot of talent. So
I agree with you. That it feels like they're taking the next step. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
Yeah, I don't know. For better or worse, the Arizona Coyotes are always on my radar. I'm going to go watch them in the end of this month. I'm going to go make my way over to Mullet Arena in Tempe, Arizona, somewhere in Arizona at the Arizona State University campus. That'll be number 17, Miguel. Arena number 17 for me. So over halfway there. Also, you and I get to watch a game like 2 weeks after that. So that's exciting.
Can't wait.
But seeing like Logan Cooley, Karel Vejmelka, those guys kind of like, can they kind of do stuff, or are we in perpetual sucking forever? And I want a reason to care about the Arizona Coyotes beyond making fun of them that they don't have a fucking permanent home, because one of the big storylines in the offseason was their proposal in Mesa got shot down by the city. So they're back to being homeless, in quotes, for the foreseeable future. And we have guys like the Houston Rockets owner and the Utah Jazz owner in the NBA having arenas and being like, come on over, Arizona. So seeing what kind of team they are, because last season they were kind of sad, kind of non-existent, which is the worst thing that you could be. Like the novelty of them playing in a college arena wore off real quick. So I would love to see them succeed, but they've stockpiled a lot of picks. They have a lot of young guys. So we'll see. We'll see where they're at by the end of the year. And my last thing that I'm interested in seeing is also related to the Pacific, Miguel. And it's to a bunch of these God, I can't even say it. Analytics nerds. These fancy stat nerds, Miguel, saying that the Calgary Flames are going to make the playoffs and the Los Angeles Kings are going to miss because of it. Ladies,
oh man, I have a word for those people, but I will not say it here.
Brain dead, Miguel. I'll say it for you. Brain dead.
You know, I was trying to be nice, but you're right.
Look, if you want to say the Golden Knights are better than the Kings, sure. If you want to say that the Oilers are better than the Kings, sure. Hell, if you want to say Seattle,
how do you look at that Flames roster and be like,
it got better?
Yeah,
it got better.
This team, man, this team is good, man. LA, PLD, garbage.
Yeah, like again, if you want to say Seattle's better, sure, make an argument. You know what I mean? That team is pretty good defensively. Don't give up a lot of chances, whatever. But I
think this is
draw
gonna be
the
an important.
line. I draw the
think
line at the
this-
Flames.
I think this is gonna be an important year for Seattle as well.
Yeah, to see if it's not a 1-year fluke.
Exactly.
It'll be
This is where which way they're gonna go.
Yeah.
They had a good year. They had a bad year. Like, are they gonna go the bad route or the good route?
Yeah, it's like is Matty Beniers going to take another step forward, or is he going to do a stop for a slump? Do we get to see Shane Wright play anywhere else other than the AHL this year? Who knows? But I will not stand for the Calgary Flames are better than the LA Kings. Not now, not ever, not this season at least. I don't see it. They added nothing. They're basically the same roster from last year. I don't think kicking out Daryl Sutter is going to make that much of a difference for them.
I was like, how do you miss the playoffs? And be like, you know what? We got to run it back.
Yeah,
Like I said about Vegas with winning, like they're like, let's run it back because you won.
But I will say though, every other year it does seem like the Calgary Flames can be good in the regular season. It's happened.
I mean, they won the Pacific Division like what?
2 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. They made the playoffs 2 years ago. Got their asses kicked by the Oilers, and it seemed like the ass kicking lasted all throughout last year with how everything happened with the trading of Matthew Tkachuk and the losing of Johnny Gaudreau. So a personal vendetta against the Calgary Flames and everybody picking them in the analytic community. Nailed it that time, Miguel. So that's what we got looking forward to. Yeah. Miguel, welcome back, baby. How's it feel? Good episode.
Great. Good to see you.
I know, right? It's good. We didn't really get to hang out that much besides like NHL 23 every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't get to see your lovely face.
It's true.
Eric.
It's true. It's great.
And your cool T-shirt.
Thank you. It's great. I love it. Shout out to Taylor Swift. Thanks for making a cool design that I could then put LA Kings players on. Man. Oh, by the way, real quick. We played NHL 24. It's the same. There's my review. It's the same.
The hitting is different though, but real quick,
yeah.
I found the perfect scheme to make our podcast very popular, Eric.
What do you got?
I have to go and find a way to date Taylor Swift.
Okay, Miguel, a little difficult. She's currently going out with NFL superstar tight end Travis Kelce.
They're not married though.
I mean, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I guess we'll draw it up into the annual plans for this year, and we'll see if our marketing budget can tackle that or whatever. Maybe you got to go after like, I don't know, like a Disney Plus star or like a FX star.
You need someone with a crazy loyal fan base.
Selena Gomez, if you're out there, Miguel's around. He has access to chocolate. That's all I got.
I know this is a hockey podcast, but it's absurd that ticket prices have gone up for games and where Taylor Swift will be in the skybox.
I love it. It's the best. It's just amazing.
I love it. I'm a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie personally.
I don't know if I'm a Swiftie, but I do like some of her songs. But man, yeah, imagine going out with someone and like your jersey sales go up 400%.
400%.
Holy shit. Oh my god!
My Robert Leonard T-shirt sales are gonna go up.
Oh, I know, right? Oh man,
1,000,000%.
Man, the NFL gets Taylor Swift, and we had Kodak Black banging in a private's box one season. That's
you hear that? That could be you and me, Taylor. That could be you and me, Taylor.
That's not PG, dog, as our truth would say. I don't even think that's PG. By the way, Niners 4-0. Let's go, baby. Good job, San Fran. How are the Vegas Raiders doing?
Raiders 1-4. Good job, boys.
Ooh, that is not good.
You are over exceeding my expectations of you.
Wow, that's pretty good. Hey, and Miguel, if we can leave our listeners with anything, happiness measured by expectations. So there you go.
At least we're not the Jets. You know what I mean?
Oof. There's some ugly stories in the NFL, but that's not this podcast. That's a different podcast. So, Miguel, great opener. Love seeing you. Excited to do this for what? I don't know how many weeks the NHL season long is, but for however that is, I'm excited to join you every week. more than 17. I can tell you that much.
Either way.
Oh my God! Hold on, this outro is rusty. This outro is rusty. We definitely should have had preseason.
For all you wonderful people listening and or watching us on YouTube or wherever you get this podcast, I appreciate each and every single one of you I hope you have a wonderful day. I totally forgot what else I said. I hope you have a wonderful day. Great time. Enjoy yourself. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What do I say normally? I fucking say something else.
It's peace, by the way. Peace.
Peace.
That sounded pretty cool with the outro, so we're leaving this in. I'm leaving all of this in.
Okay.
New theme song, baby. You love to see it. Pacific Rim Season 3. Let's go.